All right, here we go. So here I'm looking at geometry, homework number 35, and I'm looking at question 5. So the question is saying, write sine 76 in terms of cosine. Okay, so let's visualize a right triangle. Let me draw one out right here. And let's say that I put the 76-degree angle right here. So this right here, I'm going to put a little dot. That is my reference angle. So let me just give some side values. I'm going to give variables. Let's say that I use x, and I use y, and I use z. So here I have a right triangle, and I've labeled all of my sides as x, y, and z. So when I think, well, what is my sine ratio for an angle that is 76 degrees? So I know I can go back to my SOHCAHTOA, right? I'm just looking at my basic trigonometry. So I'm looking at, okay, my sine ratio should be the opposite side over the hypotenuse. So from this reference angle of 76, my opposite side would be x, and my hypotenuse would be z. So I know that sine 76 would be x to z. And then it's saying, well, what would that be in terms of cosine? How could I make a cosine ratio that's going to be x to z? Well, that's by switching to that other acute angle option that is the complement of 76. So if I look at 76 and I think, well, what's 90 minus 76? Well, that's 14. So I have 14 degrees right in here. So if I look at what cosine ratio would be x to z, what would be the reference angle that we're building off of? Well, that must be from over here. So cosine is the adjacent to the hypotenuse. So over here, I can see that my adjacent side is x and my hypotenuse is z. So I know that cosine 14 will give me that same ratio of x to z. So then, transitive property, if sine 76 is x to z, cosine 14 is x to z, well then I can say that sine 76 will be equal to cosine 14. So what I'm noticing then is that these angles in these two slots, they are always going to be complementary. Together they will add up to 90 degrees. So to give you one other example, let's say that I told you cosine 20. What will that be equivalent to? Well, I'm just thinking, well, what's 90 minus 20? That would be 70 degrees. So that would be the same as sine 70. They would have the same ratio. For cosine, the sides that are adjacent to hypotenuse would be the same over here as the sides that would be the opposite over the hypotenuse. All right, I hope that makes sense. Thank you.